I'd jump all over that if
All
I were
right,
buying, if I was paying for fights.
so I'm gonna take you another notch, right? This is free game for whoever's out there and wants to do it.
Okay.
Wouldn't it make more sense for boxing to come up with its own channel and add it to the subscription package for cable providers? So now, think about it right now. If you add on the local sports pack, most of the time it's going to be an extra $5.99 for the basic local sports pack. If you add on the regional pack, that might be $9.99. By the time you finish adding things on, your package is $30 and stuff. You can't tell me that Top Rank can't get together with the other group and they can't come up with a fight pack that at $20 extra a month, people aren't paying for.
So, in theory, I love what you're saying. I love the numbers. It's affordable. I get to see fights. I love it, right? This is what I equate that to, though. Think back to the 90s music industry, right? Rap game. Death Row Records, Bad Boy Records, No Limit Records, Rap A Lot Records, right? I
Boot
equate
on
that
your
to
neck records. You left out boot on your neck records.
Boot on Your Neck records.
Stick you
right?
up in the liquor store records.
All of them, right? Sick With It records. Let me not leave them out. But I equate that to getting all of those entities to sit at a table and work out a deal where we just gonna put all our music in one forum, and we'll charge an extra $9.99. And we know people will get it. We know people will subscribe to it. The issue is not whether it makes sense or not. The issue is who's going to take, how are we going to cut the pie? And nobody can agree on how to cut the pie. That's the issue with boxing, is I feel that's a great idea. But DAZN kind of has something like that they have with their, I guess it's an app or whatever, where they have all their fights on their own little network, right? And you pay, I think it's $9.99 a month, or it's $10 a month if you do it for a year, and it's a little more if you do it by month. But that's kind of where they're going with it. But can you imagine them and the other guys all getting together and saying, "Hey guys, let's just put it all in one pot and do it together"? It's so territorial. It just wouldn't. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, there are ways to do it. I mean, even if they wanted to keep their own, if Top Rank wanted to keep its own pie, the Top Rank channel, and the other guys got their own channel, whatever it is. But I'm just believing that, and you could even say, hey, because you get this, your price for the pay-per-view is just an extra $29.99 or $39.99 as opposed to $100. You're getting so much more than what you get in these one-offs,
right?
Because you're getting their money every month,
right?
So the months you don't have fights, these lulls, you're still getting their money. And if you got the rights and you get the rights to rebroadcast stuff, some of these great fights that people, it's a way to sell the value of your sport to your fan and to control that. That to me, and not now you throw in sponsorship and all this other stuff, and things that fans are really talking about as important. Think about what boxing could do in cutting into the other majors if they went at it that way.
I agree, bro. I think it's a gold mine in it. And I think that's why it's run the way it is. I think there are certain people who have leveraged the game to where they're getting a nice piece of the pie.
Right.
And they know that if they don't keep things exactly as it is, that their piece of the pie may change. You understand what I'm saying? So
it would get bigger.
Right. But I would have to, it's that old school mentality, man.
So the pie got bigger, but I once ate all of it. Now I got to share it. So even though my personal take is more,
right,
I still don't like the idea that I'm sharing.
Instead of cutting off a slice here and a slice there, now I have to just partake of the slice that I'm given. It's not all my pizza no more. I sit down at the table with everybody else, and I get a slice, you get a slice, you get a slice, and we go around the table until we've all been evenly broken off, right? So some people don't like to do it like that, man. I'll cut the pie, and I'll give you
and I'll give you
what
I
what I
want you
feel
to
like you
have.
deserve. You know what I mean? It's a power play. I really think that's what it is, man. It's a power play. So yeah, man, but it's unfortunate because there's some great fights. I mean, I think back to the, we know the Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray, Roberto Duran, those days.
Right.
All those guys fought each other. That's what made that such a magical time in boxing. We have a chance to replicate that right now, and it's not being done.
So I'll take you there. We say it's not being done. I think back to, Duran and Leonard 1 and 2. I think back to seeing Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, guys like that. Is it possible that what we want is maybe we're getting some of what we're saying we want, but because we live in an age where, in the world today, if you want something, you open up an app and get it. Maybe it's the way the process is. We don't like that. You know what I mean? Because we used to be able to get, because we can't. I mean, you get top ranked fights almost every week. Right. You get some decent boxing on TV, but we want to see what we want to see when we want to see it. You can see so much on demand right now. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we might have to wait 6 months for the big fight, Errol Spence is going to fight Pacquiao. Idea, I think, is that Crawford fights somebody and then they fight each other. So maybe we don't see that fight till the spring.